Well, it's about time to start wheat harvest. Do you think that this thing will be able to accomplish that task? Let's find out here in just a minute. Welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, I'm Ross the Oliver Man, and I just got a call from my cousin who said that he's going to run a couple test passes today in his wheat field, and that maybe tomorrow we can go down and start harvesting wheat. Now, this is somewhat good timing. However, I want to show you something that's happened. Ta-da! I started messing with this thing and cleaning up stuff that was really badly rusted. Then I thought, well, I'll just give it a coat of paint here and there, and one thing led to another, and blah, blah, blah. You see how we are. So this leads us to another interesting lesson I learned, which is in the variety of Minneapolis Moline paint colors, as you can reference from, yeah. So this, as we have previously said, is a model HF 88 HARVESTOR, and that is 88 in reference to 88-inch cutting head, and the serial number puts this combine at a 1958 model, which consequently is right at the time when they split paint colors between Prairie Gold number 2 and Prairie Gold number 3. I think number 3 started in 1959, and I am assuming that that is what color this was, even though it says that it is a 1958 and it should be Prairie Gold number 2. I just get the feeling that it was really, this one was supposed to be Prairie Gold number 3. I kind of shined up in different places, and it just looks to me like that is too orange. I don't know, it probably won't show up like it does in real life on the camera, but I just get the impression that that's not quite right. However, the original paint, I'm sure, has faded some over the years, so, you know, there's places on it that make me think it's that color underneath and stuff where it didn't get sun, and I don't know. So that paint was super expensive, and I still got some coming that I ordered again when I ran out. So I think it's probably going to end up to be that color, whether that's supposed to be or not. This is not. This is a paint that I got locally, and it was much cheaper, and I feel like it's a closer match to what is on the machine, as you can see from like here to here. But again, like I said, it's probably faded. I can't deal with rust. I don't like to look back and see this all rusted hunk of garbage. So if anything, this is just a preventative, rust preventative coat of paint here, and I'll go back and change it over later. But yeah, I painted the inside of the grain tank part way before I ran out of paint too, that kind of stuff. Underneath where it was getting pretty bad, just to try to kind of save on it a little bit so that it will still be in existence the next time. Which really makes me hope that it works, because if it doesn't work a lick, I'm an idiot. So I'm that anyway, but you get what I'm saying. There's no reason why it shouldn't work. So, and even if it doesn't, we can fix on it and hopefully try it again next year. So I'm confident that something will happen, because I've been through about everything, checking it over, and I think we're in good shape. Which leads me to our project right now. Well, I guess I should say, because of when it's happening in the harvesting video, you will probably see it looking just like this, because I'm not going to do any more changes today and risk screwing something up. I'll probably just keep using these wooden bats, but that is what we are going to work on, and I'll show you that here in just a second. Seeing as how I am not a fan of the plywood, I went and bought some 1-inch boards that hopefully will work. They are about 1/2 inch wider than what's on there, we'll just take one over here and compare. But I'm thinking that I'm not worried about the 1/2 inch wider. I can just fudge that with letting it stick over a little. I think these original ones were cut maybe a little too narrow. See, I think that'll be just fine. Yeah, you know what I mean. It's kind of got a flattened out spot here. So if I put it, very hard to do one-handed with the camera, see? I think if I kind of split the difference, it'll go on there just dandy. I got to cut these to length because they are actually, if I can, very difficult, I'm telling you, to do this. Let's get the tape measure and measure on the most inappropriate side that is probably won't stay on. They measure like 6 foot 9 inches, I think. Let's come over here, dummy. This one is flat. Well, I say that, but 6 foot 9 inches, I would say, or 6 foot 8.5. So 80.5 inches maybe, but we can find one that's fairly straight and measure it or whatever. I would rather it be just a shade shorter, I think, than too long so that it doesn't catch on anything going around. 80.5 inches. So a guy could probably stretch it to 81, but I don't know. I'll probably just copy what's here, even though what's here is a copy of the original. So, but I just feel like we don't want it to hit anything on the way around. So 80.5 inches it probably is. And then these suckers I'm going to paint red. I have seen them both ways on these combines, but I think that is a nice contrast in color. I'll paint the boards red, and then they will say the HARVESTOR on them. I have stencils to hopefully paint. So I want to get this kind of in the works, ready to go, so that even when we finish or tear up the combine or whatever, I can go ahead and slap these on so that they're ready for the next go around. But stenciling them will probably be the longest part of that affair, but that's okay. So yeah, I think that those are much nicer boards than this plywood. So that's my plan anyway. Stupid as it may be, that's what we're gonna do. All right, after a quick game of where is the saw, I think we're ready. Now, you know what they always say: measure once, cut twice, get mad, swear, throw the tape measure, find the tape measure, swear some more, cut a second time, get mad, do it wrong, break the board over something, throw it in the burn pile, drive to town and get more wood and start again. So we're just gonna go ahead and mark. It said 80.5 is what it's supposed to be. And we're gonna move down and do that on both ends. And hopefully somehow make a coherent line. Would have probably been good if I would have got my square, which I didn't do. But that's cool. Good enough for who it's for, see? All right, let's cut number one. Sure. Really, I'm at the wrong side. I should have the saw on the side that's gonna stay, but we're just gonna do it wrong. It's fine. Sure. Oh, it's kind of square. Sure. I think it's off a little bit, but should I try to fix it? don't know about that. That's where we get into problems, see? There. That's kind of more better. One. If we do this right, we'll have to do it again. So I would hate to think that we could get it done right the first time. Let's just add some more lines, you know? There we go. Like I said, I should probably go get the square, but it doesn't really matter for who it's for. This is a low budget affair. Yeah, sure, see? Whatever. More better. Should probably get the grinder in a minute. Smooth the edges on both ends of the board before we paint. My simple $400 combine is turning into quite the money pit, see? But that's fine, you know? Heat and humidity is finally here. Leave it to wheat time to do that. It's been unusually cool, almost no humidity, and now that we're going to be messing with wheat, it is hot and miserable and sticky, and not in a good way. Uh-huh. Yep. Just go get the square, dummy. It would make this so much simpler. That's the equivalent, though, to stopping and asking for directions. I don't need to do that. I know what I'm doing. But why didn't you just cut one and then use it to cut all the others? Blah, 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 blah. Well, because, friends, because that board is split on the end, and it's a piece of trash. But I guess I'm going to use it anyway, because that's what I got. I don't like this one at all. That, I can always make more. Okay, just cool it. Didn't do so good on that one. Oh. Yeah, this board ain't very good at all, but whatever. There's another one that's cracked on the end. I could have probably dug around and found native boards, but I was going for the lightweightness of these and the fact that they're already planed and, you know, ready for paint. I don't have to do any extra work on them. They will work good with those stencils to put the name on. Okay, $3. It was on the counter at the hardware store. Clearance. I couldn't pass that up. Plus it says it's the handy toughest. So, who knows? It's even got some other kind of feature here. I don't even know what that is. Wonder what that's for. Is that like a quick release? Huh. Press. Don't know. Oh, it's like a temporary brake. Neato! Alright, I will go get the, look at that, one board's already split into two pieces and hit the ground. I'm going to go get the angle grinder and just kind of round the corners off, and then we'll paint. Well, in other typical fashion, you got like 14 batteries and none of them are charged up, so. I think that's much more better. Let's have a peep at the factory end. Is it? It could probably use a little bit of. Yeah, I think that'll be well worth the effort to do to each of them. very good board either, but whatever. Let's do both ends. Whoop! Made a boo-boo. Oh well. More better. Good. Tired of walking over this pile. Not bad. Not bad at all. My wood pile's getting pretty tall here, making it inconvenient to work. Good, very nice. Pretty good. Alright, I think we're ready for painting. Alright, now for all those people who drive by and say, well, you got them wagons sitting out in front of your house. Well, here we go. I'm using them, that's why. They're going to be a stand for paint. This will be a multi-day process, I believe, because I'll have to do one side and let it dry, and then flip it over and do the other side. So, that's what I'm going to work on. Right or wrong, here we go. What kind of paint opener you got? A steeple, because that's what I could find. It's fine. Look at how nice that looks there, that paint there. I don't even know that we need a stir stick, but yep, I think it's gonna go. What paint am I using? Massey Ferguson Red. I have no idea that that's even close to the right color, but at this point, I find I am not a Moline expert. So I tried to do it right, and it bit me in the behind, so now I'm going to do it the Ross way instead of the right way. Which is good enough for who it's for. As I said to Moline Dan the other day, someday when he buys this from me, he can paint it whatever color he wants. He didn't seem too enthused about that idea though. He wasn't excited to haul it either. I'm telling you, once was enough for me. I wish we could get some better quality lumber though. Good grief. It's getting ridiculous when you go to the store and that's the best you can get. I mean, full of knots. But that's what we get for being so wasteful with lumber over the years in our country. All of the good lumber is gone. And now all you have is fast-growing trees, which just will never be the same as the old lumber was. Well, as much as I know you'd rather watch paint dry than listen to me, I'm going to go ahead and just cut the video off here. I think we got enough footage, and I'll get the rest of these painted. You probably won't see them on the combine and the harvesting video, but I will bring you back when we stencil them and put them on the combine at another time. So, as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.